I stand in the gleaming conference room as Chairman Park and his delegation from Seoul settle into their seats for the biggest deal in company history. My boss's daughter, Amanda, suddenly points at me and announces, "I'm leading this meeting, fetch coffee." The room falls silent. $200 million hangs in the balance. The Korean executives exchange glances. My heart pounds as humiliation burns through my chest. I'm fluent in Korean for 8 years, and I just heard Chairman Park whisper to his colleague in perfect Korean, "Americans have no respect." 3 months ago, I received the promotion I'd been working toward for years. Senior International Relations Coordinator at Henderson Technologies, a mid-sized software company nestled in the rolling hills of Austin, Texas. The glass building reflected my excitement that morning as I walked through the lobby, finally feeling like my master's degree in East Asian Studies would serve its purpose. My background included 8 years living in Busan, South Korea, where I taught English while immersing myself in Korean culture and business practices. Those years shaped me in ways that went beyond language acquisition. I learned the subtle art of nunchi, the Korean concept of social awareness that requires reading unspoken dynamics and responding appropriately. I studied the intricate hierarchy systems that govern Korean business relationships and the profound importance of respect protocols that many Americans dismiss as excessive formality. The woman who would become my nightmare walked into my life during my second week. Amanda Henderson, 28 years old, strolled through the office like she owned it, because technically, she did. Her father founded Henderson Technologies 15 years earlier, building it from a garage startup into a company worth $300 million. Amanda graduated from an expensive private college in Connecticut with a communications degree and immediately claimed the Vice President of International Development position, despite possessing zero international experience. Her blonde hair always appeared perfectly styled. Her designer suits cost more than my monthly salary, and her confidence radiated the unmistakable aura of someone who never questioned whether she deserved her position. Within days, she began treating me like her personal assistant rather than a qualified professional with specialized expertise. She would interrupt my cultural briefings to ask me to order her lunch or schedule her manicure appointments. The toxic environment Amanda created spread through our department like poison. She dismissed my successful preliminary negotiations with 3 Korean tech firms as lucky coincidences, while taking full credit for my carefully cultivated relationships. When I presented detailed cultural analysis reports, she would skim them for 30 seconds before declaring them overthinking and filing them away without consideration. Henderson Technologies had been pursuing this partnership with Park Industries for 18 months. The Seoul-based company represented everything we needed for expansion into Asian markets. Their advanced manufacturing capabilities, established distribution networks, and sterling reputation among Korean consumers made them the perfect partner. The potential deal would transform our company from a regional player into a global competitor. I spent countless hours researching Park Industries, learning about Chairman Park's personal history, his company's corporate culture, and their specific business philosophies. Chairman Park built his empire through traditional Korean values of hard work, mutual respect, and long-term relationship building. His company prioritized partnerships with organizations that demonstrated cultural sensitivity and authentic commitment to Korean business principles. The preliminary negotiations required delicate cultural navigation. Korean business culture operates on relationship foundations that must be established before discussing contracts or financial terms. I spent weeks preparing detailed cultural briefings for Amanda, explaining Korean business etiquette, appropriate gift-giving protocols, and negotiation styles that would resonate with Chairman Park's team. Amanda dismissed everything as unnecessary complications. She insisted on running the meeting American style because business is business, regardless of where people come from. Her attitude revealed a fundamental misunderstanding of international commerce that made my stomach clench with anxiety. The meeting preparation became a source of constant conflict. Amanda wanted to skip the traditional gift exchange, ignore formal introduction protocols, and jump directly into contract negotiations. She refused to learn basic Korean greetings or acknowledge the importance of proper seating arrangements that reflected hierarchical respect. As I stand frozen in this conference room, watching Chairman Park's expression grow colder by the second, I realize Amanda's cultural dismissiveness has created a disaster that threatens everything we've worked to build. The Korean delegation interprets her behavior not as American directness, but as deliberate disrespect that mirrors historical patterns of cultural colonialism they remember all too well. Chairman Park continues speaking in Korean to his team, and his words chill me to the bone. He's not just commenting on American rudeness, but specifically discussing how this disrespectful treatment reminds him of Japanese colonial attitudes toward Koreans during the occupation period. He's considering walking away entirely, and the stakes have suddenly become much higher than one business deal. We're facing the potential destruction of our company's reputation in the entire Korean market. The weight of this moment presses down on my shoulders like a mountain. I face a choice that will define not just my career, but possibly the future of Henderson Technologies. Remain silent, protect my job, and watch $200 million disappear, along with our Korean market credibility. Or risk everything by revealing my Korean language skills and challenging Amanda's authority in front of the most important clients our company has ever hosted. My mind flashes back to Busan, where my Korean mentor, Mr. Cho, taught me that true respect transcends cultural boundaries. He owned a small trading company and took me under his wing during my third year in Korea. Through long conversations over traditional tea ceremonies, he explained that business relationships in Korea are built on sincerity, competence, and mutual honor. He taught me that when someone violates these principles, silence becomes complicity. Amanda's voice cuts through my internal struggle like a rusty blade. She claps her hands together and addresses me with the condescending tone she reserves for service workers. Bessie, stop daydreaming and get moving. Our guests need refreshments, and I need someone to take detailed notes during my presentation. Make sure you write everything down exactly as I say it. She turns to the Korean delegation with a smile that doesn't reach her eyes. I apologize for my assistant's confusion. She's still learning how important meetings operate. The casual cruelty in her voice makes my cheeks burn with humiliation. But what truly horrifies me is watching the Korean executives' faces tighten with discomfort. Amanda continues her performance, oblivious to the cultural damage she's inflicting with every word. Bessie comes from a simple background, so sometimes she needs extra guidance understanding professional protocols. But don't worry, she's very good at following instructions once you explain things clearly enough. The Korean executives exchange meaningful glances that Amanda completely misses. In Korean culture, publicly humiliating someone demonstrates profound disrespect, not just for that individual, but for everyone present who must witness the degradation. Amanda has unwittingly declared that Henderson Technologies operates through intimidation rather than mutual respect. Through their continued Korean conversation, I learn details that make my blood run cold. Chairman Park mentions their company's extensive influence with Samsung and LG partnerships. His colleague discusses their planned expansion into manufacturing contracts worth billions of dollars over the next 5 years. They're not just considering walking away from our deal, but potentially blacklisting Henderson Technologies from all Korean markets. The conversation takes an even more ominous turn when Chairman Park references his grandfather's experiences during Japanese occupation. He draws direct parallels between colonial attitudes and Amanda's treatment of me, explaining to his team that this behavior reveals fundamental character flaws that make long-term partnerships impossible. His words carry historical weight that Amanda cannot comprehend. Korean business culture remembers the humiliation of colonization and remains sensitive to any behavior that echoes those power dynamics. Amanda's casual dismissal of my competence while demanding subservient behavior triggers cultural memories that go far deeper than business etiquette. I built genuine relationships in Korea by showing authentic respect for the culture. I participated in traditional ceremonies, learned regional dialects that demonstrated my commitment to understanding local perspectives, and earned respect through consistent demonstration of cultural sensitivity. Korean business leaders trusted me because I proved my sincerity through actions rather than empty promises. The Korean delegation interprets Amanda's behavior as representative of American corporate arrogance. They assume Henderson Technologies deliberately chose to insult them by sending someone who treats Korean cultural values with contempt. In their view, Amanda's behavior reflects company-wide attitudes that would make any partnership a constant source of cultural conflict. Chairman Park stands up slowly, his movements deliberate and final. In Korean, he tells his team they're leaving immediately. The translation hits me like a physical blow. He's not just canceling this deal, but planning to share this experience with other Korean executives, potentially destroying Henderson Technologies' chances in the entire Korean market, worth hundreds of millions in future opportunities. His colleague responds in Korean that they should warn other Korean companies about Henderson Technologies' disrespectful approach to international partnerships. They discuss drafting a detailed report about today's meeting that will circulate through Korean business networks, ensuring that our company's reputation suffers permanent damage. As Chairman Park reaches for his briefcase, I realize that Amanda's ignorance has created a cultural crisis that extends far beyond our conference room. We're about to lose not just $200 million, but our credibility in one of the world's most lucrative technology markets. The moment arrives when I must choose between safety and integrity. I stand up from my chair feeling the weight of 8 years in Korea flowing through my voice as I address Chairman Park directly in fluent Korean using the formal honorific language appropriate for his distinguished status. Chairman Park, please accept my deepest apologies for this disrespectful treatment. The behavior you have witnessed does not represent Henderson Technologies' true values or our genuine commitment to Korean partnership principles. Chairman Park's eyes widen with genuine surprise, his briefcase frozen halfway to the table. He studies my face, intently searching for signs of the cultural competence my words suggest. The entire room falls silent, except for Amanda's sharp intake of breath behind me. He responds in Korean, testing my fluency with complex business terminology and cultural references that separate genuine speakers from casual tourists. Young lady, your Korean language skills are impressive, but words mean nothing without understanding. Tell me about the principle of Jong and how it applies to international business relationships. My heart soars as I recognize his test. Jong represents the deep emotional connections that bind Korean relationships together, encompassing loyalty, empathy, and mutual obligation that transcends simple business transactions. I explain in Korean how Jong creates lasting partnerships based on shared values and emotional investment rather than purely financial arrangements. Chairman Park Jong teaches us that true business partnerships require understanding each other's hearts, not just profit margins. Henderson Technologies seeks relationships built on mutual respect and cultural appreciation, where both companies grow stronger through genuine connection. The Korean delegation leans forward with growing interest as I demonstrate knowledge of regional dialects, specific business customs, and current Korean market conditions. I reference the recent innovations in Korean sustainable technology and express admiration for Korean companies' leadership in environmental responsibility. Amanda's panic becomes palpable as she realizes something significant is happening beyond her comprehension. She demands that I stop chattering in foreign languages and return to serving duties, further demonstrating her cultural insensitivity to everyone present. Her words only reinforce the Korean delegation's concerns about Henderson Technologies' respect for international perspectives. Chairman Park engages me in increasingly complex conversations about Korean business philosophy, testing my understanding of concepts like Han, the complex emotion encompassing sorrow and hope that shapes Korean cultural identity. We discuss the influence of Confucian hierarchy principles on modern Korean corporate structures and the importance of senior-junior relationships in building organizational harmony. I share my experiences from 8 years in Busan, including my master's thesis research on Korean business culture and my successful facilitation of previous international partnerships. Chairman Park nods approvingly as I describe specific examples of cultural bridge building that resulted in successful long-term business relationships. During our conversation, Chairman Park learns about my marginalized position despite my qualifications and Amanda's nepotistic appointment, despite her lack of international experience. His expression grows increasingly thoughtful as he processes the disconnect between my competence and my treatment within the company hierarchy. I explain Henderson Technologies' actual track record of successful international partnerships, providing examples of our respectful collaboration with Japanese firms and our culturally sensitive approaches to Thai market expansion. These examples demonstrate that the company possesses the capability for respectful international business when properly managed. The cultural bridge building continues as I acknowledge Korean concerns about American corporate attitudes while demonstrating that Henderson Technologies can adapt and learn from Korean business wisdom. I express genuine admiration for Korean innovation and our eagerness to learn from Korean expertise in sustainable technology development. Chairman Park's demeanor shifts from suspicion to cautious interest as he recognizes my authentic cultural competence. He begins discussing specific aspects of the proposed partnership that could benefit both companies, testing my understanding of complex market dynamics and regulatory considerations. The conversation reaches a pivotal moment when Chairman Park makes a stunning announcement in Korean that sends adrenaline coursing through my veins. He's not just considering staying for continued negotiations, but is prepared to triple the initial deal to $600 million, contingent on one non-negotiable condition. Miss, your cultural competence and business understanding impress me greatly. I am prepared to expand our partnership significantly, but only if you personally lead all future negotiations. My company requires assurance that we will work with someone who truly understands Korean values and business principles. Amanda remains completely oblivious to the magnitude of what just happened, still demanding that I stop wasting everyone's time with unnecessary conversations and focus on my actual responsibilities of serving refreshments and taking notes. As I translate Chairman Park's offer, I watch Amanda's face cycle through disbelief, confusion, and desperate attempts to regain control of a situation that has completely escaped her understanding. The translation hits Amanda like a physical slap. $600 million. Triple the original deal. But only if I lead the negotiations. Her perfectly manicured fingers grip the conference table as she struggles to process information that challenges everything she believed about her own importance and my supposed limitations. That's impossible, Amanda stammers, her voice rising an octave. There must be some misunderstanding. I'm the Vice President of International Development. I handle all major partnerships. Bessie is just support staff. Chairman Park observes Amanda's reaction with the clinical detachment of someone analyzing a business problem. In Korean, he outlines his specific requirements to his delegation. I must serve as the primary contact for all communications. Amanda must complete comprehensive cultural sensitivity training before participating in any Korean business discussions, and Henderson Technologies must demonstrate genuine organizational commitment to Korean business values through concrete policy changes. Amanda's desperation becomes increasingly apparent as she realizes the situation has shifted beyond her control. She pulls out her phone with shaking hands and calls her father during the meeting, violating basic business etiquette, while the Korean delegation watches with growing dismay. Daddy, you need to get down here right now. Bessie is overstepping her boundaries and confusing our clients with unnecessary complications. She's speaking foreign languages and making promises she has no authority to make. I need you to straighten this out immediately. Her public breakdown confirms every suspicion the Korean delegation harbored about nepotism and incompetence within Henderson Technologies' leadership structure. Chairman Park exchanges meaningful glances with his colleagues as they witness the profound disconnect between Amanda's position and her professional capabilities. James Henderson arrives within 30 minutes, his gray hair disheveled from rushing out of another meeting. At 62, he built Henderson Technologies through determination and innovation. But his greatest weakness has always been his inability to see his daughter's professional limitations clearly. Initially prepared to support Amanda, James enters the conference room expecting to manage a minor personnel conflict. However, he served 2 years in Korea during his military service 30 years ago and retained enough Korean language skills to catch fragments of the conversation, praising my competence and cultural understanding. The financial reality strikes James immediately when he learns about the potential $600 million partnership. Henderson Technologies' quarterly reports show declining domestic growth and increasing pressure from larger competitors. This Korean partnership represents the company's best opportunity for transformational growth and long-term market positioning. Chairman Park takes the opportunity to educate James about Korean business values, emphasizing the paramount importance of respect, competence, and authentic relationship building in sustainable international partnerships. He contrasts these principles with Amanda's dismissive approach and explains how cultural insensitivity destroys business relationships before they can develop. Mr. Henderson's successful Korean partnerships require deep mutual respect and cultural understanding. Your daughter's behavior demonstrates attitudes that make long-term collaboration impossible. However, your employee, Bessie, shows exceptional cultural competence and business acumen that could create extraordinary opportunities for both our companies. I seize this moment to demonstrate my comprehensive preparation by presenting detailed market analysis in both English and Korean. My presentation covers cultural adaptations for Korean consumers, strategic partnership opportunities across multiple market segments, and specific approaches for building lasting business relationships that honor Korean cultural principles. The presentation reveals months of preparation that Amanda never knew existed. I've researched Korean market trends, analyzed competitor strategies, and developed comprehensive plans for product localization that addresses specific Korean consumer preferences and cultural requirements. James watches with growing amazement as I navigate complex cultural discussions while maintaining perfect professional composure. He begins to understand that my marginalized position has wasted years of valuable expertise that could have accelerated Henderson Technologies' international expansion significantly. Chairman Park nods approvingly as I explain how Henderson Technologies can adapt our products to reflect Korean aesthetic preferences and functionality requirements. My cultural insights demonstrate practical applications that would increase our products' appeal in Korean markets while respecting local business customs. The presentation concludes with a comprehensive timeline for partnership implementation that addresses Korean concerns about American business practices while maximizing opportunities for mutual growth and cultural learning. James Henderson faces the most difficult decision of his professional career as he weighs family loyalty against business necessity. The numbers speak clearly. $600 million represents more than our company's current total annual revenue and could transform Henderson Technologies from a regional player into a global technology leader. After a long silence that seems to stretch for hours, James makes a decision that will reshape our company forever. He stands up slowly, looking directly at the Korean delegation with the respect their status deserves. Effective immediately, I am promoting Bessie to Vice President of International Development with full authority over all international partnerships and negotiations. I publicly apologize to Chairman Park and your distinguished delegation for the disrespectful treatment you have experienced today. The announcement hits Amanda like lightning. She leaps from her chair, her face flushed with rage and disbelief. Daddy, you can't be serious. I've worked at this company for 5 years. You're going to promote some assistant over your own daughter because of one meeting. James's expression hardens as he realizes the full extent of his daughter's sense of entitlement. Amanda, you will be reassigned to domestic marketing effective immediately with a corresponding adjustment to your compensation and responsibilities. This decision is final and non-negotiable. The Korean delegation exchanges satisfied glances as they witness Henderson Technologies' commitment to merit-based leadership and genuine respect for cultural competence over nepotistic convenience. Amanda's explosion exceeds everyone's worst expectations. Her carefully constructed professional facade crumbles completely as she unleashes years of entitled rage and frustrated ambition. She slams her hands on the conference table, causing water glasses to jump and the Korean delegation to recoil in shock. "This is absolutely insane!" she screams, her voice echoing off the conference room windows. "You're going to destroy our family relationship over some foreign business deal. I'm going to sue this company for discrimination and wrongful termination. My lawyers will tear this place apart." Her meltdown reveals the profound depth of her entitlement and complete lack of professional understanding. She points accusingly at me, while addressing her father with the fury of someone who has never been denied anything she wanted. "She's just an assistant who got lucky with language skills. I have an actual degree from a prestigious university. I've been working here for 5 years, building relationships and understanding our business. You're going to throw all that away because these people want someone who can speak their language." The Korean delegation watches this spectacle with fascination and concern. Chairman Park privately asks me in Korean whether this family conflict will affect the stability of our potential partnership. His concern reflects Korean business culture's emphasis on organizational harmony and leadership stability. I must simultaneously manage Amanda's public breakdown, reassure the Korean delegation about business continuity, and demonstrate my capability to handle complex international negotiations under extreme pressure. The situation tests every skill I developed during my years in Korea. Using Korean conflict resolution principles I learned in Busan, I begin guiding the situation toward professional resolution. I explained to Chairman Park in Korean how American family businesses sometimes struggle with succession planning issues, drawing parallels to Korean chaebol family dynamics, where similar challenges arise between generations. Chairman Park family business transitions require careful navigation in both American and Korean cultures. Today's changes demonstrate Henderson Technology's commitment to professional excellence over personal convenience, which aligns with Korean business values of competence-based leadership. Amanda's tantrum continues as she reveals her complete ignorance about international business realities. She refers to the Korean executives as "those people" and dismisses their cultural requirements as ridiculous foreign demands that have nothing to do with real business. Her words confirm every negative stereotype about American corporate arrogance that Chairman Park feared. She demonstrates exactly why cultural competence matters in international partnerships and why her leadership would have been disastrous for Korean business relationships. James Henderson watches his daughter's breakdown with growing horror as he realizes how Amanda's attitude has been damaging company relationships for years. Through my cultural explanations and the Korean delegation's professional demeanor, he begins understanding that this isn't an isolated incident, but part of a pattern of cultural insensitivity that has limited Henderson Technology's international growth. "Amanda, your behavior today has revealed attitudes that are incompatible with international business leadership," James says firmly. "You will be reassigned to domestic marketing with a 30% salary reduction effective immediately. You will also enroll in mandatory cultural sensitivity training before returning to work." The corporate restructuring continues as James announces comprehensive changes designed to demonstrate Henderson Technology's commitment to respectful international business practices. He establishes new policies requiring cultural competence assessments for all international positions and mandatory diversity training for management staff. Furthermore, James continues, Bessie will have complete autonomy over international partnerships, with direct reporting to me rather than through department management. Her decisions regarding international business will have my full support and company backing. Chairman Park expresses satisfaction with these organizational changes and shares information that transforms everyone's understanding of today's events. His company has been observing Henderson Technologies for over 2 years, specifically because of my reputation within Korean business circles. Miss Bessie, your former mentor, Mr. Cho in Busan, spoke highly of your cultural competence and business integrity. Korean business networks share information about trustworthy international partners, and your name appears frequently in positive recommendations. This revelation stuns everyone present. The Korean business community has been aware of my competence all along, and this partnership opportunity arose specifically because of my involvement with Henderson Technologies. Amanda's dismissive treatment of me wasn't just personally humiliating, but professionally counterproductive. Chairman Park continues his explanation, revealing that today's meeting served as a test of Henderson Technologies' organizational values and commitment to respectful international business practices. My handling of the cultural crisis convinced them that our company deserves inclusion in their business network. Korean companies prefer partnerships with organizations that demonstrate genuine respect for cultural values and competence-based leadership. Today's events have shown us that Henderson Technologies can adapt and grow when faced with important decisions. Amanda makes one final desperate attempt to regain control by threatening to reveal confidential company information and claiming that my international communications represent unauthorized business activities that violate company policies. Her accusations backfire spectacularly when James demands immediate evidence of any wrongdoing. Amanda cannot produce any documentation to support her claims because all of my international business activities were conducted through proper company channels with complete transparency. The Korean delegation announces their decision to move forward with the expanded partnership, expressing confidence in Henderson Technologies' new leadership structure and commitment to cultural competence in international business relationships. As the meeting concludes, Amanda storms out of the conference room, slamming the door behind her and leaving everyone in stunned silence. The Korean executives maintain their professional composure, but I can see their relief that they won't have to work with someone whose behavior violated every principle of respectful business collaboration. 6 months later, I sit in my new corner office on the 15th floor of Henderson Technologies, watching the Austin skyline stretch toward the horizon through floor-to-ceiling windows that reflect my transformed reality. The view encompasses the rolling hills of Central Texas, but my perspective now extends far beyond geographical boundaries to encompass partnerships across Korea, Japan, and Thailand. The partnership with Park Industries exceeded every projection we dared imagine. Our initial $600 million agreement expanded into a comprehensive relationship that transformed Henderson Technologies from a regional software company into a recognized leader in international technology collaboration. We've established joint innovation laboratories, shared manufacturing facilities, and collaborative research programs that position both companies at the forefront of sustainable technology development. Chairman Park has become both a business partner and personal mentor, teaching me advanced Korean business philosophy while learning about American innovation culture. Our relationship demonstrates how genuine cultural bridge building creates opportunities that purely transactional approaches could never achieve. The Korean partnership opened doors throughout Asia that we never imagined possible. Chairman Park's introductions led to successful partnerships with Japanese electronics manufacturers and Thai telecommunications companies, creating a network of relationships that generates over $2 billion in annual revenue. Henderson Technologies now serves as a consultant for other American businesses expanding into Asian markets. Companies across the United States seek our expertise in cultural competence and respectful international business development. We've developed comprehensive training programs that help American businesses avoid the cultural mistakes that could have destroyed our own opportunities. My success attracted attention from the Korean American Chamber of Commerce, which presented me with their Outstanding Achievement Award for contribution to international business relations. The ceremony in Los Angeles brought together Korean and American business leaders who shared stories about successful cultural bridge building in their own organizations. International business journals featured our partnership as a model for cultural competence in global commerce. Harvard Business School invited me to speak about cultural sensitivity in international negotiations, and my presentation became part of their permanent curriculum on global business practices. James Henderson undergoes his own transformation throughout this process. He restructured company leadership based purely on merit, rather than family connections, implementing policies that ensure cultural competence and professional expertise guide all international business decisions. He credits our Korean partnership with teaching him that sustainable business growth requires respecting diverse perspectives and competencies. Bessie, you saved our company from mediocrity, James told me during my promotion ceremony. I allowed family loyalty to cloud my business judgment, but today's success proves that excellence comes from recognizing talent regardless of its source. The changes extended throughout Henderson Technologies' organizational culture. We implemented comprehensive cultural training programs that I designed based on my years in Korea and my understanding of international business principles. Employee satisfaction surveys show dramatic improvement as staff members feel more confident and competent in their international interactions. Amanda's journey took a different but ultimately positive direction. After initial resistance, she found success in domestic marketing where her communication skills served the company effectively. She enrolled in cultural sensitivity courses and eventually apologized for her behavior, acknowledging that her privileged position had prevented her from recognizing the value of diverse perspectives. Our professional relationship remains cordial, though distant. Amanda learned valuable lessons about earning respect through competence rather than demanding it through position. She's developed genuine expertise in domestic market analysis and contributes meaningfully to Henderson Technologies' continued growth. The Korean delegation's decision to include Henderson Technologies in their exclusive business consortium opened opportunities worth over $3 billion in combined market value. We participate in joint ventures with Samsung affiliates, LG partnerships, and collaborative projects with leading Korean universities. Korean business culture's emphasis on long-term relationship building created lasting connections that continue generating new opportunities. Every quarter brings invitations to participate in innovative projects that combine Korean technological expertise with American creative problem-solving approaches. My regular visits to Korea strengthen these business relationships while honoring the cultural roots that made everything possible. Mr. Cho, my mentor in Busan, expresses pride in how I applied his lessons about respect and persistence to create international business success. His guidance about treating every person with dignity, regardless of their position, proved invaluable during the most challenging moment of my career. During my latest trip to Seoul, Chairman Park introduced me to other Korean business leaders who shared their own stories about overcoming cultural barriers to build successful international partnerships. These conversations reinforced my belief that cultural competence represents one of the most valuable skills in modern global business. The sustainable technology projects emerging from our Korean partnerships address environmental challenges while creating profitable business opportunities. Our collaborative research on renewable energy systems and eco-friendly manufacturing processes positions both companies as leaders in environmentally responsible business practices. Henderson Technologies' transformation demonstrates how cultural crisis can become transformational opportunity when organizations choose courage over comfort and competence over convenience. Our success story proves that companies willing to examine their own biases and adapt their practices can achieve extraordinary growth through genuine international collaboration. The personal satisfaction of building bridges between cultures while advancing my own career creates fulfillment that extends far beyond financial rewards. Every successful project reinforces my belief that understanding and respecting cultural differences unlocks human potential in ways that purely domestic perspectives cannot achieve. As I prepare for tomorrow's video conference with our Seoul partners to discuss expanding into Vietnamese markets, I reflect on how one moment of courage in a conference room transformed not just my career, but an entire company's future. The decision to honor Korean culture over workplace hierarchy opened doors to opportunities that continue expanding 6 months later. The morning sun streams through my office windows as I review the latest quarterly reports showing Henderson Technologies' international revenue growth of 400% since our Korean partnership began. The numbers tell a remarkable story, but the deeper transformation involves people relationships and the power of cultural respect to create opportunities that seemed impossible just months ago. Today marks exactly 1 year since that confrontational meeting, where Chairman Park almost walked away from our conference room. The anniversary prompts reflection on how single moments of courage can reshape entire companies and demonstrate that merit ultimately triumphs over nepotism when combined with cultural competence and professional excellence. Korean partnership success exceeded every benchmark we established. Park Industries became the foundation for a business network that now includes partnerships across 15 Asian countries, generating sustainable growth that positions Henderson Technologies as a global leader in culturally competent international business development. My personal journey from marginalized employee to vice president of international development illustrates how authentic cultural bridge building creates career opportunities that traditional advancement paths cannot provide. The skills I developed during 8 years in Korea, initially dismissed as irrelevant by Amanda, became the foundation for professional success that transformed my entire life trajectory. Henderson Technologies' cultural transformation extends throughout the organization. We established mandatory cultural competence training for all employees, created international mentorship programs, and implemented policies, ensuring that professional advancement reflects merit and expertise rather than family connections or personal relationships. The company now serves as a model for other American businesses seeking to expand into Asian markets. Our consulting services help organizations avoid cultural mistakes that could damage international relationships, while maximizing opportunities for mutually beneficial partnerships built on genuine respect and understanding. James Henderson's leadership evolution demonstrates how successful business leaders must remain open to learning and changing when confronted with evidence that challenges their assumptions. His willingness to restructure company policies and acknowledge past mistakes created the foundation for unprecedented international growth and organizational improvement. Amanda's personal growth journey, though challenging, ultimately led to professional success in areas where her skills create genuine value. Her experience illustrates how privilege without competence creates limitations, while earned expertise opens doors to sustainable achievement and personal satisfaction. The Korean business community's embrace of Henderson Technologies reflects their appreciation for companies that demonstrate genuine respect for cultural values and long-term relationship building. Our success proves that international partnerships thrive when organizations prioritize cultural competence alongside technical expertise and financial considerations. Chairman Park's mentorship continues, shaping my understanding of global business leadership. His lessons about combining traditional values with innovative thinking help me navigate complex international negotiations while maintaining the cultural sensitivity that makes lasting partnerships possible. The sustainable technology projects emerging from our international collaborations address environmental challenges while creating profitable business solutions. These partnerships demonstrate how cultural bridge building enables creative problem solving that benefits communities across multiple countries while advancing shared goals for environmental responsibility. My relationship with Korean culture, strengthened through business success, reminds me daily that professional achievement feels most meaningful when it honors the people and principles that made growth possible. Regular visits to Korea maintain connections that extend far beyond business transactions to encompass genuine friendship and cultural exchange. The broader impact of our success story extends to other professionals who felt marginalized or undervalued in their own organizations. Speaking engagements at universities and business conferences provide opportunities to share lessons about cultural competence, professional courage, and the importance of recognizing talent, regardless of its source or background. Henderson Technologies' international recognition attracts talented professionals who want to work for organizations that value cultural diversity and competence-based advancement. Our recruiting success creates competitive advantages that extend far beyond our Asian partnerships to encompass global talent acquisition and retention. Looking toward the future, our expansion into African and South American markets applies lessons learned through Korean partnerships about the paramount importance of cultural respect in international business development. Each new relationship reinforces my belief that understanding cultural differences creates opportunities rather than obstacles. The life lesson that emerges from this experience transcends business success to encompass fundamental truths about human dignity and potential. When organizations treat people with genuine respect, regardless of their background or position, they unlock capabilities that assumption and prejudice would otherwise suppress or ignore. Cultural competence isn't simply about speaking languages or knowing customs. It requires recognizing the humanity and wisdom in every business interaction, while maintaining humility about one's own limitations and blind spots. The moment I chose to honor Korean culture over workplace hierarchy, I discovered that courage combined with competence can transform entire companies and create opportunities that seemed impossible. True professional success comes from building bridges between cultures, rather than assuming superiority or dismissing differences as irrelevant complications. The international partnerships we've built demonstrate how mutual respect and genuine curiosity about other perspectives create innovation and growth that purely domestic approaches cannot achieve. My story proves that merit ultimately wins when people have the courage to stand up for their principles and the competence to deliver on their promises. Amanda's nepotistic advantages became irrelevant the moment her cultural incompetence met international business reality, while my marginalized position became the foundation for unprecedented career advancement. The transformation of Henderson Technologies from a regional software company to a global leader in international business collaboration shows how single decisions can create ripple effects that continue expanding for years. Our success opened doors not just for our company, but for everyone who believes in earning respect through excellence and cultural understanding. As I prepare for another trip to Seoul next week to sign our largest partnership agreement, yet I carry with me the gratitude and wisdom that come from understanding how much growth becomes possible when we choose courage over comfort and respect over assumption. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where standing up for your principles felt risky, but ultimately led to unexpected opportunities? I'd love to hear your stories about times when cultural understanding or professional courage created positive changes in your life or career. Thank you for joining me on this journey and allowing me to share how one moment of courage transformed not just my career, but an entire company's approach to international business. Please like this video. If my story resonated with you, subscribe for more content about professional growth and cultural competence, and share this with anyone who might benefit from understanding how respect and authenticity create opportunities in unexpected ways. Until next time, remember that your unique background and perspectives are not limitations to overcome, but strengths to celebrate and share with the world.